What's happening, guys? It's been around about a week, so I thought I'd better make a video. I've been on the charts today, and I think I've managed to piece together how things are looking, so I thought I'll jump on, put the video out, see how things are looking, and let you guys know where I'm sitting. So we've pretty much got a bullish point of view that it just rips straight from here, or we got a bullish point of view where it pulls back and rips from there. So guys, we're looking good on both scenarios, but let me go through the pullback. I think that it could be a pullback. That's my main point of view now. I've been calling that since up around here, and we got the pullback, but is it going to continue? I'll explain that. And then let me just post a case why it might just rip from here. And if it does, we have an invalidation to the pullback idea as well. So it is almost like a perfect setup, because it's like a if then that, and then if then that. So it's like we have a line in the sand on where to decide what to do. So let me just get straight into it on the pullback. So if we get the pullback, guys, this is going to be a pullback straight into a monster move. And it's funny because, let me just jump on the weekly here. Pedal a little bit faster. So here, the head and shoulders are out. It's just the head and shoulders are out now. So we got the head, so the shoulder, head, shoulder, head and shoulders. Breakout, retest, move up. So we got the head and shoulder there. And then when we dial in a wee bit further, I mean, there's a lot of, let me just see if I can clean this up a little bit for you guys, just to make sure. I'll take that off, that will help it. And then what have we got here? Potential head and shoulder. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Haven't got the shoulder yet, but it's in the makings. So we've got a huge multi-year head and shoulder, and we've got a multi-week head and shoulder here. Now let's go on the daily. What have we got here? We have a head and shoulder at the top of the pattern. Now let me see if I can clear this up a little bit. I'll just leave it actually, I'll just leave it. You just got to bear with me here. It's a wee bit messy, but there's a few things going on as I go through this. Look, we've got head and shoulders here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. This dotted line here is the neckline. So if this breaks and confirms with a breakdown and another candle that is lower than that one, we've got a confirmed breakdown. The measured move for a head and shoulders pattern is this. You take a trend line from the top, take it down plumb to the neckline, and that is your measured move. Now this measured move would take us to 93,000. Like guys, what has been what have I been saying this entire time? Not this entire time, but if we look on the monthly, I think it must be 3 months now. There's this one here. It's a huge, it doesn't look like much, but each one of those lines, see that, just like that little line there, it doesn't even look yellow. That's 221 million. There's a huge liquidity level at 93,000. This is what I've said since this move's come up. I said I've always been wary of this 93 level, and I said this could come down for 93. And what it would be like was, if we jump on the weekly, and if we do an equivalent shoulder on the left hand side and replicate it on the right hand side, something like that, I don't know, you know, something like that, you know, that just the equivalent shoulder would come deep into 90, you know, a wick down into there potentially. So we've got liquidity at 93,000. That's the first sign of, okay, 93,000. Now what else would 93,000 be? If we take a measured move from top to bottom, and it went to 93. That's a 16% pullback, 17% pullback. I mean, the average this cycle before the last two pullbacks was 20, 22. So, not including this would be a pullback less than the average of the cycle. So that is well within the means of this pullback. What else do we have? I'm going in deep, guys, so hit the like, hit the subscribe button, because no one is going in this deep. Except for me with my small following. But, look at this. Now, it didn't quite hit the 50% mark, but it hit close. It was close enough. Not close enough, to be fair, I didn't hit it. But it was not far off it, right? So if we say hit roughly 50% there, let's go up to the next move. What happened there? So when price moved up from here to there, hit the 50%. And then price made its next move up. It went from here up to there, hit 50%. Now, please forgive this messy chart, guys, because it is not normally this messy. I'll hide that head and shoulders now. That will help clear it up a little bit. And I will hide this trend line. That will help clear it up. Now, if we hit from top to bottom, we've got a 50%, and where's the 50% at? 93,000. So we've got liquidity, huge liquidity at 93,000. We've got a 50% retest of the range, 93,000. And we've got a 16 to 70% pullback to 93,000. This is all kind of, okay, this seems sound. We've also got the head and shoulders measured move to 93,000. Now, if we look a bit more closely, the stochastic RSI in the weekly, let's look at the time, because this is just crossed over. If this dumps down past 80, this will be a confirmed reversal. So let's see what happened when we got it last time. Price came up, rolled down. Let's go to the next move. Price came up, and it rolled down. The price came up. Whoa. Don't know what happened there, guys. I'm doing an undo there. Hopefully I will get the charts here. Price came up, reversed down. Now, price came up here, it reversed, it shot up and shot back down, but it was still a move. And then price came up here and moved down. So when we see the stochastic RSI crossing over, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars move up, that's another sign that it's due a pullback. Now, what else have we got? We got the stochastic RSI that we talked about. We talked about the previous. Now, if we went from our current level, now if we go on the daily to show this, and if we went our current level, that is 8%, 9%. Now, this window here is when I think price will bottom, because it is a 60-day cycle, plus or minus 10%. So for it to come down here, say 8, 9%, and I say, you know, it's got 7 days to do this. But if we start looking at these, like, you know, that's done it in 4 days. There's plenty of times where price just goes down. There's 10% in a couple of days. There's 15% in 4 days. That's 10% in 1 day. That's 13% in 3 days. So for it to come down to hit this, it might seem crazy now, but Bitcoin has done this in this entire cycle. It can just dump down so quickly, and it'll hit that, and then it'll carry on moving, and it'll be in the cycle low. So even though it seems crazy now, it's not out of reach. So we covered why we like the pullback here and why it makes sense. we have got, let's just recap it now. We've got the 50% retest of the current move up, which is brilliant. Bullish. We've got 93k has huge liquidity waiting to be taken. We have a 16-17% pullback from the top up here, down here, which is completely below average within the cycle. We've got the head and shoulders measured move down to 93. We've got the stochastic RSI dumping down on the weekly, topping out and dumping down, no problem. From where we currently are down there, 10% within this window here, we've seen it multiple times through this cycle. It can do it within 7 days to get down there. And we've got the 60-day cycle low here. This is all the reasons why it could go to 93. Now, if we also look at USDT dominance, this is stable coins. This is when you guys, you know, I talk about this all the time, because this is it's basically the dollar in stable coins, and people rotate out of it into Bitcoin, and when they rotate out of it, price goes down, and when they take profits into stable coins, price goes up. Now look how close we're getting to. This has gone all the way back from 2018, and we're now in a huge wedge. We got the breakout, came up, breakdown, price came down. We followed that trend line down, and now price is breaking up. So we can see right now that this is coming to a point. This here. Let me just change this color. See it? This area is coming to a point now where it's going to be forced to break. Now, if we're expecting Bitcoin to pull back, say for example 9% as we talked about, what is USDT dominance going to do? They're going to take profit and Bitcoin's going to pull back, and US and stablecoins dominance is going to increase, but it's going to hit this resistance. And when this resistance hit, it's probably the same time Bitcoin bottoms on the shoulder. Now, this will dump down, and this will be people rotating stablecoins, dollar, into crypto, and that demand will push Bitcoin up. And we are really coming to the point now where this is going to break. It's not often you see, it's not often you see, this is multi-year, huge wedge, going back to 2018, coming to that point where it's going to have to either break up or break down, and the high likely is it's going to break down. It's hit that trend line so many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can just see it breaking down. And then once that breaks down, this is when the bulls take full control of the market, and we get the blow off top as well for all alts. Sorry, not all alts, not like the 1 millionth alt, but if you're in the top 100 alts, you should be okay. Now, dominance pumps up and breaks down here and then comes down. Now let's look at the dollar. Any OGs of the channel knows fine well I had a dream about the dollar. I had a dream, and it was about breaking down on this monster channel. Now this channel, each candle, I've gone into the monthly, each candle is 1 month. So this channel goes back until the financial crisis, even before that, if you take that bottom hit there. 2004, 2005, and the dollar has come all the way up here, making its all the way up, and this parallel channel, this is a bearish channel. This is the majority of the time price will break down. This is just a standard pattern. And where are we? We are at right on this, and we're putting pressure on the monthly. Look at the pressure we're putting on this. If this breaks, guys, all stock and all crypto is absolutely flying. But let's just look what's happened. I mean, let's look at our horizontal levels. Let me just see the price loading up. Maybe a weekly one will be better. Yeah. So I've made my channels here. You know, that was resistance, that was resistance. It smashed straight up into it and bounced down. That was support, but it's now turned to resistance, so we can turn that red. But look, from 2015, bounced off, jumped up, down, bounced off. It flipped, it turned it into support, bounced off, and it's dumped right down. It's come back, it's retested, and it's dumping down. So not only is it dumping down on this huge trend line from 2007, it's also dumping down off this horizontal from 2014. Now, when price, this is me going on the monthly, when price breaks down from this pattern, it needs to do it in proportion. It's not just going to do a little like breakdown and that'll be that. It's going to do a breakdown. You know, it's hitting at least 88, 90. Easy. But that is going to be absolutely crazy. Because that is basically the dollar losing value. With the dollar losing value, everyone buys stocks and crypto. It basically essentially risk on. So that is a monster, potential monster move. And let's just break down more into the bullish news that it might just rip. Because if that price just breaks down there and then, Bitcoin's flying. Bitcoin is not waiting for anyone, it is going off. So what's our deciding factor? Now let us see if we can find the head and shoulders. Not that one. This one. What we want to see, because we've got a line in the sand here. Bitcoin's starting to pick up, so I'm liking this for the move down. But what have we got? We've got, let me just remove this. This head and shoulders. Now, if Bitcoin comes down a couple of days and then gets back up above this trend line here, this is a fake out. It is faked out from this pattern. It has not completed the head and shoulders. It's faked out on it. And then if it breaks this trend line and carries on moving, it's had a fake out of a bearish pattern and it's broken a major trend line. And it's got bullish divergence on the RSI, because the RSI is making a low and a low and a low, and Bitcoin's making a high and a higher high. And it's doing the exact same on the stochastic RSI. So we have got confluence across the RSI indicators. It's creating bullish divergence. So what are we saying here? What we are saying is, if price continues to break down, it's very likely it's going to create a measured move down to 93. And we've already listed so many reasons why it's going to hit 93. But if price decides to fake out and gets back up there, then we know, and it breaks this trend. If price gets above this and breaks the trend, oh, I think I've just lost my one, did I? Aye. If price comes above, fakes out, breaks this trend and moves, this is where you probably need to buy in. Because it's very likely it's faked out, broke trend, and it's going to start moving up. So this is a very unique scenario where we have a line in the sand here. This line here. This head and shoulders neckline. If this continues moving down, the chances are, if the pattern plays out, it's going to 93 for the many, many reasons we said it. But if it gets back up and breaks this trend, get in. Get in then. Because Bitcoin very rarely fakes out, jumps back up and fakes out at the top and then dumps down. It doesn't do it. It usually it will fake out once. So if this fakes out and breaks this trend, you want to look to start getting in for the next move up. If price comes down to 93 as we expect, definitely get in. And maybe even DCA in on the way down so you know where you are. You know, you can average in because it might just come down to say 90, 95. It just doesn't hit it. Bitcoin likes to do this thing where it doesn't hit the obvious. But with liquidity there, I generally think it will hit 93. So, guys, very bullish here on both scenarios here. If you like this and you're still here at the end, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it with a friend. And if I don't put out a video, I am completely bullish, guys. Completely bullish. If I make a quick video or something, I'll let you know something's changed. If I don't make a video, stay bullish, guys. Stay on the money. Don't sell out. And we're waiting for the cycle low to come in. Have a good one, guys, and I'll speak to you again soon. Cheers.